Hi everyone, you've joined me on this November evening at last. We're into November, I guess. It's time to get a few things sowed. Excuse the lighting in here, it's a bit dark. I'm in a potting shed and I'm just sowing some seeds. These are some more peas, Meteor. These ones are brand new, so they're in date. The ones I sown a few weeks ago didn't really grow. Well, they haven't grown yet anyway. Perhaps I'm being a bit too early, but they were out of date. Time's getting on, and I want to grow some peas. So I'm going to sow these. Now I'm doing the same as I done a few weeks ago, just in the Hannock's root drainers, which I highly recommend. One per station, just popping them in there and then cover them and give them a good watering. So I'm going to crack on and do this, and while I do that, I'm going to show you a clip that I done on Saturday, just outside here. Basically, Friday night was the first time I had a frost, so that meant I thought things were going to be ready. I'll show you the clip, and then I'll come back and have a bit of a discussion. And then the second clip, it kind of follows on from that, but it's kind of unexpected at the same time. So we'll pull that up now and go from there. Right, I'm just going to dig up these sweet potatoes plants and see how they've done, because I'm not expecting a huge amount from them as the chickens have got to them. Normally I'd leave them until they're sort of black and dyed back. But the chickens got to these quite early on, and as such I'm not expecting huge amounts from these. It's been a bit of a learning lesson. Not so much with the chickens. Now there's the first one. Unfortunately I can't tell you what particular variety it is because they took the labels off, but that's not bad. Let's say this lot, this is the first lot I'm digging up, and I'm not expecting a huge amount from it. The ones I have in the greenhouse and down the allotment, I'm expecting to be a lot better. Yeah, that one's pretty abysmal. Let's just check I'm not missing anything. And the last one, yeah, nothing again. Oh, there's a little bit. Barely anything to work about. Apart from that first one I dug up, the other two were just no good. Let's dig this soil over a bit while I got it open. Now, let's have a bit of a tidy up at the same time. Not expecting a huge amount from these, thanks to these. They've been a godsend. Learning how to incorporate them in the veg plot has been interesting, to say the least. Yeah, that's that tiny little thing, not even worth it. Well, somewhere around here there should be more. That's what it was started with, and that's the plant. There's a couple of little things in there. Good thing is the soil's getting a good dig over it like this. There's that one. Nah, that's a stone. Right. Let me just pull my trousers up. I'm sure you don't want to see all that. Yeah, nothing else. So that's quite a disappointing result, but not unexpected. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks the other crops, the other sweet potatoes that are grown in other places and the okra will be ready, so we'll do a comparison between here, the greenhouse for the sweet potato, and the allotment for both the okra and the sweet potato. So yeah. Right, so that's the pea meteor sown now. Bit disappointed with what happened in that clip, as I'm sure you can imagine. I was expecting a bit more of the sweet potatoes, but the trouble is the chickens got to them and they dug them up and they ate them, and that's both the sweet potatoes and the okra that you've seen in that one. So it was a disappointing harvest, to say the least. I'd done it on Saturday. Sunday I went down the allotment, and if I'm honest, I wasn't expecting what I found when I went down there. Sorry. So I've got a clip coming up. I have to admit I had a bit of trouble when I recorded this clip. What I do is I'll record a video and then I record audio on an application on the iPhone with another microphone. Somehow about 3 minutes into this video, it would have been about an 18-minute video, 3 minutes into it I somehow hit mute on the microphone. So I've sped things up when it comes to it, but anyway, I'll show it, pull that up now, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'll come back after I've seen you there. Right, good morning all. This is Sunday, and I've come down to the allotment, first time this week actually, due to daylight saving and what have you. And obviously I found the sweet potatoes looking like this, which is a good sign, because that means that they are ready. Yesterday, you've probably already seen the clip of what I dug up yesterday, and that was a bit disappointing. They weren't quite at this state, but they were due. So let's see what we've actually got here, and if they're any better, which already I can see They are looking a lot better. Let me get the snippers so I can trim this off. Now, there was 12 plants, I believe, that went in here. This is one of them, and these varieties, I can actually tell you what they are. This one is Beauregard, if I've pronounced that right, and already they're looking pretty damn good. Yeah, bit of crap in there. Lift it out of the way. Well, out of one plant, that much. Let's keep digging. This one's a little bit smaller so far.
Something in gold that we're digging. Ground is so the axe still falls. Still in mind the fame and the fortune. Fall asleep each night against the bankrupt walls. Your instruments, your tools for removal, their every swing just quotes the ghosts of other tribes. So heavy now, it gets hard to remember how they ever could have felt so.
Okay, so this is today's harvest as such. These tomatoes, tomato plants were in with a sweet potato and they had died back, so they're to go, which obviously now means the ones at home are going to have to go as well. Decided on that. Picked a couple of carrots and they've been eaten by something along the tops there in a few places. My guess is carrot root fly. So next year, I've got to remember, they're going to need a bit of a protection. This little parsnip, I'm really pleased with that parsnip actually. That's going to do us well for dinner tonight. And obviously now the highlight, you've seen me digging them up. Beauregard sweet potato, there's a kilo there. Speared a few, they'll be used up straight away. A good amount, a little bit on the small side compared to some of the others, twisted and what have you, but they're edible, they'll still be good. Here, these are the burgundy. There was 3/4 of a kilo, so not quite as much by far. Again, they're small, but they're useful. And yeah, pretty good though. I'm happy. Bonita, highlight of the show, I have to say today. They got a white flesh. There's 1.25 kilos there. So all in all, there's about 3 kilos of sweet potatoes. Bonita, there's quite a few really decent size. So that'll do well for dinner and what have you. But I've now got to go away and find out how to store them best. But worry about that, and I'll probably discuss that in the podcast. So yeah, I'm just going to swing you round and show you, because yesterday I dug up the ocker. That's how the ocker should be looking when it's nearly ready. So I'm going to probably dig that up next week, but try and leave some for next year in there as well. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. What started out as a disappointing crop of sweet potatoes actually turned out to be really good. The ones down the allotment anyway. Still got some in the greenhouse and they're growing quite happily, so I'm not going to touch those just yet. I'm going to leave them for a bit longer and see how they do. But 3 kilos of sweet potatoes, fantastic. There was a bit of a story about how I came across, I got hold of these sweet potato slips. Well, end of 2014, I ordered a pack of 18 sweet potato slips from Sutton Seeds. For delivery around April, May 2015. Well, around that, I was waiting for the delivery, and we ended up moving in around that same time, and I was starting to get a bit worried whether I missed them and what have you. Kept checking. They didn't arrive. Managed to change my address, and they sent a letter, Sutton Seeds, and a cheque refunding my money, basically saying the quality of their plants they weren't happy with, so they didn't send them out, and they returned my money, and they said next year we're going to send them to you free of charge. I thought, I didn't quite expect it to happen in some ways, but I just kept it in the back of my mind. Well, it turned up. It arrived this year, 2016. So I was absolutely shocked when it arrived. And that actually happened. Didn't cost me anything. And then I potted them on, and then I had to figure out where to plant them really. So I figured some here, some in the greenhouse, and some down the allotment, which is what I ended up doing. And yeah, basically these Sutton Seeds, I will shop with them for life now after that sort of customer service. So really happy with that. And I've got 3 kilos of sweet potatoes out of the larger lot that I've grown. So that'll be it for this week anyway. Next week I need to have a tidy up in here. It's getting a bit difficult. I think I need to set up some better lighting or something, but we'll come to that next week. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know any comments. I'll be really happy to hear from you, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and if you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you again next week.